Hello dear students, welcome back to the session. This is Chandrasekhar, Social Science teacher, BGS Public School, Shitlagatta. Dear students, in the previous session, we already discussed about what is the meaning of foreign policy, then what are the major aims of foreign policy and the influence factors of the foreign policy. So in this session, we have to learn in detail information about the major aspects of India's foreign policy. The major aspects, it means the factors. What factors consist of India's foreign policy? So dear students, the basic aspects of India's foreign policy. The first and very important factor, Panchasheela principles. Panchasheela principles. Panchasheela principles means the five principles between India and China. The five principles between India and China. So that is Pancha means five. The five principles between India and China. Dear students, each and every one country in the world, each and every one country in the world has their own social system, economic system, political system and cultural system as there. So what is the meaning of here social system? What is here? The relation existence between the individuals. Social system, whether a group of people, ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲು ಸಹ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್? ಸಿ ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, availability of the natural resources. Political system, so making and implementation of certain rules and regulations. Cultural system, so marriage, family, education, etc., etc., etc. So mainly here each and every one country has their own social system is there, economic system is there, political system is there and a cultural system is there. So that is why each and every one country try to make better effort, to maintain the best relationship with other countries, So here mainly between the India and China, Panchasheela principles are signed. So based on the similar lines, means education system, political system, economic system, cultural system. So based on that, in the year of 1954, both, it means India and China, these two countries are accepted the Panchasheela principles. Why these two countries accepted the Panchasheela principles means the foster development of these two countries. It means the development of these two countries' purpose. Then who signed the Panchasheela principles? Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And China's Premier. Premier is also, we should consider for the Prime Minister. China's Premier or Prime Minister Chow En-lai. India's Prime Minister Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, China's Prime Minister Chow En-lai, they both also accepted the Panchasheela. It means five principles, and these principles signed between India and China in the year of 1954. And mainly then what type of five principles are signed between the India and China? Then what are the main Panchasheela principles available for between the India and the China? Now we have to learn one by one. The first one is mainly respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest. Got it? One country give respect to another country supreme power or a sovereign power, and regional interest. Regional interest means is nothing but banking, internal development, external development, etc., etc. These we should consider for the mainly regional interest. Here both China and India respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest. This is the first Panchasheela principle. So Panchasheela means 5 principles. The first principle, respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest. Second one, non-invasion of each other. So non-invasion, attack. India no need to attack on China, and in the same way China also no need to attack on India. So this is the second Panchasheela principle, non-invasion of each other. Then third one, non-interference in each other's internal issues. Got it? Internal issues means not involving in internal affairs in the field of administration, in the field of art, in the field of architecture, in the field of education, whatever. So in internal issues, no need to India involve the China's international issues, and in the same way China also no need to involve the India's international issues. So this is the third Panchasheela principle. And the fourth one is mutual cooperation and respect. Mutual cooperation, what in the field of trade, in the field of import or export, culture, science, in the all the fields there is a mutual cooperation, and respect is very very important. So that is the fourth one, mutual cooperation and respect. And the fifth one, peaceful coexistence, existing peacefully together. Got it? Avoiding for the violence, giving importance for the non-violence, giving importance for the non-violence. So dear students, such a 5 kinds of Panchasheela principles are signed between India and China. So these are the 5 important Panchasheela principles: respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest, non-invasion of each other, non-interference in each other's internal issues, mutual cooperation and respect, peaceful coexistence. So this is the first basic aspect. So that is the Panchasheela principles. Then second one, non-alignment policy. Second one is the non-alignment policy. Dear students, after the Second World War, the total world divided into 2 powerful blocks. So the First World War 1914 to 1918, the Second World War 1939 to 1945. So after the end of Second World War, the total world divided into 2 powerful groups. The one is democratic countries like USA, the democratic countries like USA, and the communist countries like USSR, it means Russia. These are the 2 important powerful blocks emerged after the World War II. After the World War II. And here mainly in those days, it means in the year of 1945, in those days, got it? India followed the policy of being non-aligned. Policy of being non-aligned. It means India not gave 100% support to Russia. And in the same way, India not gave 100% support to America. So here, maintain the equal distance with Russia also and America also. So that is the policy of being non-aligned, whether not giving full support to Russia, and in the same way USA also. See, it was successful. It was successful in commanding the faith from both blacks. Faith, nambike, belief. So India get what about that? Faith from two important countries like USA and USSR. So after USA gave financial support to India. USA gave financial support to India and Russia gave military support to India. Because of the reason, India followed the policy of non-alignment. India followed the policy of non-alignment. So that is very very essential and very very important. After the Second World War, this was happened. And dear students, here mainly throughout the world, if any problems are being came into existence, throughout the world, any problems are being came into existence, so that dealt every international event independently and welcomed or criticized any issue independently. Got it? See, out of the Indian country, India has facing any kind of problems means India solved such a problems independently, not taking the support of such any other countries, and in the same way criticized. Got it? If any problem is there means India questioned for that. India questioned for that. So this is happen after the Second World War. After the Second World War, see, the credit of creating an independent policy. Got it? This credit goes to India. This credit goes to India. So the credit of creating an independent policy. It means independent. We don't need to depending upon any other countries. And being non-aligned, no need to give support to Russia also, no need to give support to USSR also. So that is non-aligned, and making it part of the foreign policy goes to India. So this is one of the part of the India's foreign policy. This is one of the part of India's foreign policy. Then after the Nehru, so when Jawaharlal Nehru leading the Prime Minister of our Indian country, he maintained for the good foreign policy with other countries like Russia and America. But after the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, so Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi, Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi followed the principle of eye for an eye in foreign policy. So that is also we should consider for eye for an eye is a tit for tat foreign policy. Tit for tat foreign policy. It means punishment should fit the crime, based on the crime have given for the punishment. Got it? So like you know, once upon a time during the period of civilizations, Hammurabi, he implemented certain strict Hammurabi codes. It means rules and regulations. Strict rules and regulations. So such a rules and regulations implemented by Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi after the Jawaharlal Nehru. So this was the reason purpose. The war held in 1965 and 1971. So when they are following for an eye for in policy, so that is a tit for tat foreign policy. Got it? And punishment, no need to sit and discuss. Is there crime means based on that given for the punishment. So that is an eye for an eye in foreign policy. So the war, this was the reason purpose between the India and Pakistan in the year of 1965 and in the year of 1971. The wars are fought. The two wars broke out, India and Pakistan. In 1971, India-Pakistan war. So in 1971, India, Pakistan were. So Bangladesh was liberated from Pakistan. So nowadays, dear students, when in the year of 1947, the overall India divided into two countries. One is India and another one is Pakistan. So that Pakistan having two parts, West Pakistan and East Pakistan. West Pakistan and East Pakistan. So in the year of 1971, India gave support to East Pakistan. India gave support to East Pakistan. So on that time, West Pakistan, India and East Pakistan involved in a battle in the year of 1971. So on that time, Bangladesh being came into existence. It means East Pakistan renamed as Bangladesh. It's become a independent state in the year of 1971. So this is the information about for the non-alignment policy, and in this non-alignment policy mainly Atal Bihar Vajpayee playing very important role to reform the foreign policy, to change the foreign policy, to reform the foreign policy or to change the foreign policy. He led the bus yatra between Lahore and India. Who means India's Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee tried to reforms, it means change for India's foreign policy and have better relationship with Pakistan. He tried very well maintaining the best relationship with Pakistan like. So dear students, so this is the second basic aspect of India's foreign policy. So that is non-alignment policy. Non-alignment policy. And third one, anti-imperialism. Anti-imperialism. Let's see what is the meaning of imperialism mainly here. The foreign policy of India oppose imperialism. So our Indian foreign policy opposing the imperialism. So then what is imperialism? Our India opposing for the imperialism. Then what is the meaning of imperialism? What is the meaning of imperialism? See, imperialism is an attempt by a sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the intention of ruling it for personal gain. Got it? One sovereign country, it means supreme power country, superpower country. Got it? Controlling to another superpower country, for example Russia and America. For which purpose? To personal gain. To personal gain. It means what about that? ಅವರ ಸ್ವಂತ ಉಪಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾರ್ಥಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇಂಪೀರಿಯಾಲಿಸಮ್. ಒಂದು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಧಿಕಾರವುಳ್ಳಂತಹ ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಧಿಕಾರವುಳ್ಳಂತಹ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೇಶವನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾರ್ಥಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಂಪೀರಿಯಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಪೀರಿಯಲಿಸಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ by a sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the intention of ruling it for personal gain is called as imperialism. And here see, it was natural for India, which gained its independence from an imperial country, to oppose such moves of the countries. Because of the reason, my dear students, our Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, our Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru given more importance to foreign policy. So based on the foreign policy, India always opposing for anti-imperialism. That is why India declared no corner of the world shall have imperialism. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಯಾವ ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಇಂಪೀರಿಯಲಿಸಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರಬಾರದು. So this was, got it? This was the statement our Indian Prime Minister especially gave in the year of 1949 and 1955. Two meetings are held in New Delhi and Badan. New Delhi and Badan. Badan, a city of Indonesia. In these two places, got it? India opposed the imperialism. So that is why India declared. Which country declared? No corner of the world shall have imperialism. Means India declared. Indian country declared in the year of 1949 and 1955. Got it? The places of Delhi and Bada, when they organized for the conference, it means a formal meeting. ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಜವಾಹರ್ಲಾಲ್ ನೆಹರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಶಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಂಪೀರಿಯಾಲಿಸಮ್, shall have imperialism. So dear students, this is about imperialism. This is the third basic aspect of India's foreign policy. And fourth one, anti-apartheid. So there is a imperialism, the word repeated, but you no need to bother about. So that is anti-apartheid policy. Apartheid, it means racial separation based on skin color. Racial separation based on skin color. It means the white man's domination upon the black people. See here, apartheid. Apartheid is an attempt by a race or people. Race or people. So any color of people. Got it? Or any tribal group. So the apartheid is an attempt. It means make on effort. Make on better effort. Apartheid is an attempt by a race or people of a particular skin color, whether white, whether red, whether black, etc., etc., etc. So that is, apartheid is an attempt by a race or people of a particular skin color to subjugate. What is the meaning of here subjugate? Bring under domination. One color people doing domination upon the another color people based on the different skin color in the name of supremacy. Based on the different skin color, few are having black, few are having white, remaining red. So like based on the skin color there is a domination. So this we should consider for the apartheid policy. So this is a one more question. What is the meaning of apartheid? So apartheid is an attempt by a race or people of a particular skin color to subjugate, bring under control another race of people based on different skin color in the name of supremacy. Supremacy is nothing but power. ತಮಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ವರ್ಣಭೇದ ನೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಡಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. White color people doing domination upon the black color. Let's say what type of domination is there here. See, apartheid is an affront to human rights. It means it's very danger to human rights. Apartheid is an danger to human rights and world peace. So the foreign policy of India declared no country of the world shall have practiced this. Apartheid policy, danger to the democracy, danger to the world peace and danger to the human rights. That is why India always criticized the anti-apartheid policy. India always questioned the anti-apartheid policy. India always opposed the anti-apartheid policy. That is why India said no country of the world shall practice this. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಯಾವ ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಆ್ಯಂಟಿ ಅಪಾರ್ಥೈಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯನ್ನು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಳಸಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ, ಯಾರೂ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬಾರದು ಅಂತ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಒನ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಬಾಯ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್. Based on the skin color. So that is we should consider for the foreign policy. It means anti-apartheid policy. Here see, dear students, till recently the minority white people, minority means very less people, minority means ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರೀತೀವಿ. What it? Very less people. So that is till recently the minority white people were ruling the majority black people in South Africa. So we should consider the population wise, the whites are very less in South Africa, the blacks are more in South Africa, but very less means minority white color people doing domination upon the majority of the black color people. So on that time, India had declared its support to Nelson Mandela. Got it? And his party, African National Congress. Here Nelson Mandela also opposing the anti-apartheid policy, and Nelson Mandela's African National Congress also opposing to apartheid policy. That is why India gave support to Nelson Mandela and his party, African National Congress. So this apartheid policy available for in which country means South Africa. So based on the skin color, got it? Doing domination in the name of supremacy. Supremacy is the power. ತಮಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ doing domination upon the majority of the black color people. So that we should consider anti-apartheid policy. This is the fourth major basic aspect of India's foreign policy. And the fifth one, disarmament. Disarmament, this means reduction of weapons. Reduction of weapons. It means elimination of weapons. See what is the meaning of disarmament? The process of elimination of specific arms step by step is called disarmament. The process of elimination. What is the elimination? To complete removal. To complete removal. What can complete removal means? Arms. Step by step. ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ನಾವು ಆಯುಧಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಯುಧಗಳ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಆಯುಧಗಳ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So that we should consider for the disarmament. The process of elimination of specific arms step by step is called disarmament. Dear students, this is one mark and MCQ. Very important question. What is the meaning of disarmament? It means the process of elimination of specific arms step by step is called disarmament. And dear students, there is an increased competition for the production, sale and collection of arms in the world. This is the 21st century. Between the countries, got it? This is the 21st century. Between the countries, there is a toughest competition. There is a toughest competition. Each and every one country need the arms. It means weapons. Because of the reason their self-protection purpose. Their self-protection purpose. But these arms are equally not distributed throughout the world. Few countries having most of the weapons and few countries have very less weapons. Got it? This was the reason purpose. Many of the countries getting fear. So many of the countries are worried that this massive scale of arms could lead to Third World War. Massive scale means majority of the countries are involving. Massive scale means majority of the countries are involving. Why involving means to purchase of the weapons. Maybe this lead to the Third World War. Already First World War closed 1914 to 1918. More than 101 crore people above died. And in the same Second World War also ended 1939 to 1945. More than 2 crore people were died. In case Third World War happen means total destruction of the world. So that credit goes to weapons. That is why the elimination of the arms step by step is very, very essential. Step by step elimination is a very, very essential. And dear students, there is an increased competition of the production, sale and collection of arms in the world. Got it? Throughout the world increasing. Look at there. What it once you look at that pictures means only arms is there between the countries toughest competition. Each and every one country spending most of the money to purchasing for most of the weapons. Because of the reason self protection is very important. In case like situation happening in future means maybe it leads to the third world war. Maybe it leads to the third world war. But India opposed the armament. India opposed the armament and given importance to disarmament. India given importance to disarmament and opposed the armament. See here, India being a peace-loving country. So in our Indian country, Mahatma Gandhiji, Gautama Buddha, Vardhamana Mahavira, Basaveshwara, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Narayana Guru, Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, majority of the non-violence people born. Majority of the non-violence people are born. And these all the persons gave importance to peace, not for the violence. These all the people given importance to peace. That is why India is a peace-loving country. India is a peace-loving country and advocates for the reduction of arms qualitatively as well as quantitatively. What it? India always trying fully stopping up. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೇಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೇಟಿವ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡೋದಂತಲ್ಲ, ಆರ್ಮ್ಸನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಬೇಕು, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪೀಸ್ ಲವಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ನೆಹರು, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಮಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್, Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister of our Indian country, he supported to disarmament process. It means elimination of arms step by step. So that is we should consider for the disarmament process. It is impossible and impractical to attain total disarmament. Why it is impossible and impractical to attain the total disarmament means because of the reason every country need the arms because of their self protection. Because of their self protection. It means also under the India's foreign policy, so many programs are implemented by India, and India always struggling in UN also in the process of disarmament. So our Indian Constitution, Article 51 given importance to establishing of international peace and cooperation. What it? Our Indian Constitution, Article 51. So under this Article 51, our Indian country always given importance to establishing international peace and cooperation. Between the countries, friendship is very important, and between the countries, mutual coexistence is very important. And the Department of External Affairs of the central government plays a decisive role in the formulating our foreign policy. What is the meaning of here? External affairs. What it? It means the matters deal with international level, not only a national level. The problems are deal with international level. It means out of the country. So the Department of External Affairs of the central government, our central government playing a decisive role. It means very important role, very crucial role. What it? In formulating our foreign policy, to implementing of our foreign policy purpose, our central government also struggling more and more, especially in the process of elimination of the arms. It always considered our national interest and public opinion. Like national interest means democracy is very essential, supreme power is very essential, sovereign power is very essential, and equality is very essential, regional interest also very essential. So these are all including our national interest and the public opinion also, because of the reason through the elections, those who are completed for the 18 years, so such a person casting their vote and electing for the representative leaders, So here the public opinion also very very important. So here majority of the public people given importance to disarmament but not for the armament. So disarmament, it is one of the part in our national interest. And look at, dear students, Indian foreign policy aims, our India's foreign policy main aim to strengthening the UNO, make stronger. UNO ಅನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Got it? And India strives to have strong foreign relationship with the countries of world through SAARC organization and Commonwealth of Nations. Our Indian country maintaining best friendship with the Commonwealth of Nations and SAARC nations. Got it? Look at the first blue color picture is there, that is the Commonwealth of Nations, and second green red mixer is there, no? So that is the SAARC nations. SAARC is nothing but South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. SAARC, SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So this organization was founded 8th December 1985. Which organization means SAARC organization was founded 8th December 1985. And some of the important SAARC countries are there: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. These are the SAARC countries. These are the SAARC countries: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. These are the SAARC countries. So with the help of Commonwealth of Nations, with the help of SAARC nations, and with the help of UNO, India always trying to give importance for the disarmament but not for the armament, like our Indian foreign policy playing very very important role. See, dear students, disarmament, India's role in strengthening UNO. ಡಿಸಾರ್ಮಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತಾ ವೆಪನ್ಸನ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ UNO ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ವೈ UNO ಬಿ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇನ್ UNO. UNO ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ನೇಷನ್ಸು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ರೀಸನಿಂದ UNO ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಥನಿಂಗ್ UNO. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ to development of the UNO. So dear students, this is the lesson, India's foreign policy. So this is the session 2, dear students. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is Chandrasekhar, social science teacher, BGS Public School, Sheedlagatta.